Okay, so I have the division contest coming up in about a week or so. A specific feedback I got was I have a weak ending. And the reason is because as I'm crafting my opening, I'm not thinking about my ending. So a strong framework that I can use is as I'm crafting my opening hook, I already have an idea where I'm gonna go and where I'm gonna land. So the opening hook creates marvel, it creates interest, and then the conclusion, the ending, closes that tension. So for the next several days, I will work on logically talking and speaking of crafting a strong opening hook and then a very solid ending that leaves a strong impression to end the speech. I won't be actually doing the speech. I will just be talking through how I'm going to craft it, with the hope that as I'm doing that, I will be able to actually process and have that automatically running in the background. So the first prompt we have is, what's the most useful thing you own that you almost didn't buy? So right away, my brain is thinking of the bidet. So I'm going to start the opening with a story of seeing it for the first time in Japan. And then the ending will be landing on the marvel of the technology as I'm using it in my day-to-day. So how does that work? Okay, so let's actually think this through here. So an opening hook might be telling a story of me seeing it for the first time, placing the audience in a state of marvel. They're interested, they want to hear what is so great about the day, and talk about my reasoning, give an example, blah, 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 blah. And then my conclusion here is, wow, my life is now better. Does that work? I'm not really sure. Okay, let's go to the second prompt. That one was a little challenging, the second prompt. What is a rule you followed that you never had to explain out loud? Okay, this one I'm immediately thinking, what are some frameworks that I've specifically learned throughout my life? And one is consistency always beats perfection. So this is how I would do it. Okay, so the opening hook is talking about a specific scenario to bring the audience into my point of review. This is not the example. This is just a very fast, maybe one sentence opening hook to get the audience hooked. Where do I want to end with that? I want to end back at where I started, but closing the tension. Okay, so this is something that I want to try. So let's say, what is a rule you followed that you've never had to explain out loud? Everyone, have you ever been in a situation where you wanted to maintain a habit, but you always catch yourself losing it after a couple weeks? Okay, so that's a strong hook. And then our reasoning, of course, is it's because when you are trying to perfect a habit, you're losing consistency. And consistency is what actually allows you to maintain a habit. Okay, so that's the reasoning. And then now we're going to the ending closing statement. Now remember, everyone, the key point here is to maintain a strong habit. It's not about doing it perfectly or even every day. It's about maintaining a strong consistency so that eventually it will become automatic. Okay, something like that. Something like that work well. So I will be posting a video like this where I'm practicing walking through some opening hook and closing constructions. And hopefully within a week, I'll get better at that. It also depends strongly on the prompt though. A little bit of luck involved here, but anyways, we'll see you again.